The G-O, the G-O, the M-A and P-O. See those, we've been popping cranks since an embryo, really though. It's the city where the people hold the power. And you can see 9 dimes every half an hour. Well, Larson and Joe is the lingo. And brothers ride, so ain't nobody rocking me coats. Take it back to the madness, has so how the city renamed cigarettes. What's going on, everybody? Salute Drew Titan, D-Man Jr., Crush, G.O. James, Ghost. Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. Comment in the comment section. Let me know y'all in here. Got a lot of stuff happened this past weekend in boxing. We got a lot of stuff happen. Talk about these fights that happened this past weekend. So we had the Flair versus Rosa. The Blair Cobb versus Rosa fight happened this weekend. What's going on, G.O. James? And pretty much like us, I saw it happening. Blair Cobb got his ass whooped, got stopped. Did a whole bunch of talking, disrespecting Terrence Crawford, disrespecting Boots, disrespecting Earl. Did all this talking, and the man went out there and got his ass handed to him. It wasn't nothing that was unexpected from everybody that pay attention to boxing. It's just another man trying to hype himself up, and he went out there and laid a goose egg. We've seen that happen the previous weeks with Chris Colbert disrespecting Gary Russell, and he disrespected Deontay Wilder and pretty much the black community. And he went out there and laid a goose egg in his fight a couple of weeks ago. So Blair Cobb did the same thing. Went out there disrespecting fighters and acting like he was better than what he really is. And he got what was deserved to him. I didn't see nothing great from the guy. I knew what he was going into the fight. The man, he had his boxing skills is limited. He fights with his chin straight up in the air. He throw a bunch of looping punches, and he moves a lot around the ring, and there's not no no cause to his movement. He's just moving just to be moving. And a lot of times he was running, and Rosa wasn't even throwing any punches. The man was just running. He wasn't throwing no punches back, and Rosa wasn't throwing any punches. The man was just running. So I mean, the man he needs to, instead of out here hyping himself up and trying to act like he's a wrestler or whatever the heck he want to be, an entertainer or whatever, he needs to study his craft. If that's what he want to be, he want to be a boxer, he need to go and study his craft and get some skills to him. Because I mean, he got, if he put the stuff together, he has decent boxing ability. He just don't know how to put it together. So I mean, it wasn't really nothing that wasn't unexpected. I mean, like I said, I called it. The man is trash. He's not on the level with Boots. He's not on the level with Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford or nobody in the top welterweight division. He's not on that level. That man is garbage. So it was what I expected from him. Um, but then we had the what's going on, DP Rock. Appreciate you coming through. We had the Belinga fight, and the man Belinga, he's pretty much basic to me. I know I heard DB Rocker said Bryce T, but yeah, I know Connor Local said Belinga can box, and he might can box, but when he's in the ring and when it actually counts, we don't see that. The man is basic. Is a 1-2, and then he's trying to throw a knockout punch. I don't see too much head movement. What's going on, Quick? Appreciate you coming through. I don't see too much head movement from him. I don't see him cutting off the ring with the power that he has, and he's trying to throw that knockout punch. He should be cutting the ring off and putting a combination together to set up the knockout punch. He just go in there and throw a jab. He's throwing like one punch at a time, or maybe two punches, but it's nothing put together. So I don't see the boxing ability that he has. Not saying that he don't have it. It's not being shown in the ring when it counts. So I mean, I don't know if he's getting too much fame. What's going on, Emmanuel H? A1 Hoops. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to my man A1 Hoops. He got a great NBA channel over there. But I don't know if he's getting too much fame before he actually did anything, and that's what I'm taking as he's getting the fame and he hasn't really done anything. He hasn't done anything. I mean, he knocked out the fighters that he had early in his career, but the last two fights that he haven't got the knockout. He stepped up the competition. Well, I'm not even gonna say the last guy, but the guy prior to this weekend, he stepped up the competition and he got dropped. And then this fighter right here, it shouldn't have been no reason why this man went the distance with him. There was no reason why this man went the distance with him. This man was running the whole entire fight. The man was clipping over his own foot, and he was just scared. And it was like Belinga didn't know how to get the man out of there. Like when the man got trapped in a corner, he was throwing more punches than Belinga was throwing. Belinga was trying to throw a one knockout punch. This man was throwing a combination, and then he was running. So he was landing more punches when Belinga was the one supposed to have been landing the punches. But I mean, Belinga, they gave Belinga the fight. I mean, he won the fight. He could. I mean, if you say he dictated the pace of the fight, I guess. I mean, like I said, all I saw him was moving forward, throwing 1-2 punches, and the man was running. But like I said, the man was hitting Belinga. If the man would have just sat there and stopped being so scared of the knockout, that the power that Belinga had, he probably would have beat Belinga because he was throwing nice combinations. What's going on, Drew Titan? Appreciate you coming through. He was throwing nice combination at Belinga, but he was too scared of Belinga's power. If he was just to bite down on his mouthpiece and stop being scared, he probably would have beat Belinga. Because, like I said, the man was throwing combinations. It was just he was scared, and he kept running. He'd throw a combination, then he'd take off running instead of just sitting there and boxing the man. He didn't have to move as much as he did. He could have just sat there and boxed Belinga because Belinga didn't have no answer. When the guy was throwing punches, Belinga wasn't throwing nothing back. He wasn't throwing anything back. He was covering up. And then he waited till the man stopped throwing punches. Then he decided to throw. What's going on? Everything boxing. Keon, what's going on with you? Appreciate you coming through. He was firing on Belinga, and Belinga will cover up. And as soon as the man stopped throwing punches, that's when Belinga tried to get his punch off. But the man started running. I mean, it just looked basic. It looked like an amateur fight. They finally went pro, and this is their first fight in the pros. That's what it looked like to me. I wasn't excited about the fight at all. And like I said, I mean, I don't know what it is with Belinga. And like I said, I hear that he got boxing ability, but it doesn't show when he's in the ring. He's just very basic when he's in the ring. I don't see none of that boxing ability that I hear about. But yeah. So that's pretty much all that I really want to talk about for this past weekend. That's all Regis Progrey, he got a stoppage. He looked good in his fight. I went back and looked. Like I wasn't able to pick it up. I didn't know that they had a different app for his fight, but I did go back and look at it on YouTube. Somebody had posted it on YouTube, and I went back and looked at the fight on YouTube, and he looked nice. And the man that he fought, the man said Regis Progrey he hit him the hardest that he's ever been hit in his whole entire career. So I mean, we all knew that Regis Progrey had power or whatever, But he looked nice because I haven't seen Regis Progrey in a fight in a while. It's been I think the last time I saw Regis Progrey fight, I know he had a fight since then, but the last time that I seen him fight was when he fought Josh Taylor. So I mean, it was good to see that he's still a force to be reckoned with at the 140. Now, will anybody decide to fight him? Don't know. And like none of the top guys is trying to fight him. The only one that did fight him was Josh Taylor, and that was a controversy win for Josh Taylor. Me personally, looking at the fight, I went back and looked at it a couple of times. I don't think Josh Taylor won that fight. I think they gave Josh Taylor the benefit of the doubt because he was the champion, but I don't think Josh Taylor won that fight. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Regis Progrey looked good. But I'm gonna put the link in the chat if anybody want to come up and speak on this topic that I'm about to go to, which is the main topic of my live. Y'all can come in. What's going on, T? I'm putting the link in the chat. If you want to come in, you can come in and cook on this main topic that I'm about to cook on. Pretty much what you was talking about, T, on your live stream. I'm just gonna go. I got a different outlook of the fight. So we all know that Lomachenko has been granted to come back to the United States and continue boxing. He decided, which I don't think he ever really signed up for. I think it was all a publicity stunt. He decided he didn't want to fight for his country. He wanted to come back and box. So they granted him the permission to come back over here and box or whatever. So it's looking like it's going to be Kambosos and Lomachenko, because that's what Kambosos been wanting to do. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney then gave this man every single thing he's asked for. There is nothing that this man asked for that Devin Haney did not do, and he still hasn't signed that contract. So I already saw the writing on the wall that he wasn't going to fight Devin Haney. When he started scouting all these other fights, I knew he didn't want to fight Devin Haney. That was my first look. I mean, that was my first sense that he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, but I was trying to give him the benefit of doubt. But then as time went on, he started doing the same old, ducking Devin, trying to find every excuse why not to fight Devin. So, I mean, it's looking like that it's going to be Lomachenko and Kambosos in the fight. So I mean, it sucks for Devin, because the man, that's all he want. He just want one of the top guys. He want the champion, whoever the champion is. He want the champion to fight him, and I don't see what the problem is. I mean, I know what the problem is, but if you in this sport of boxing, you're supposed to be out here to prove yourself to everybody, to prove yourself to the world that you are the best in your division. But it seems like they don't want to do that. They jumping around them. First it was Loma, then it was T.O., now Kambosos, and then I'm pretty sure, well, it's not even the fact that it's going to be Loma again, because now the WBA has ordered Tank Davis to be the mandatory for Kambosos, should Kambosos win his fight. Because if Kambosos doesn't win his fight, I'm almost certain that it's a rematch clause in there for Kambosos, which means Kambosos will have to fight Lomachenko again. Now, on the outlook, I mean, from the outside looking in, a lot of people, what's going on, Seawood? A lot of people might be like, okay, Tank Davis is going to get the shot at the the titles or whatever. But the outside looking in, if Kambosos goes to this fight with Lomachenko or Devin Haney, whoever it is, if he decides to fight Devin Haney, which I don't think he is, but if he gets to fight with Devin Haney and or Lomachenko, and he loses to either one of them, I'm almost certain there's going to be a rematch clause in there, which means that Kambosos will have a rematch to fight Lomachenko or Devin Haney, which I don't think is going to be Devin Haney. I'm just going to keep saying Lomachenko, which is going to be, he's going to have a rematch clause to fight Lomachenko. Right. And that's going to leave Tank Davis sitting in limbo, trying to figure out what he's going to do next. Because if he has a mandatory order, unless they put in the speculation, I mean, it's put in terms where he can take a fight if they got a rematch, because that means Tank Davis not going to have a fight. He's going to have to wait for the outcome of that rematch. And say, who's to say that, say Loma Bosa have a rematch, and then the rematch, Lomachenko loses to Kambosos, then it's going to be another rematch, because we know Loma's going to put a rematch clause in there for itself. So then it's going to be another rematch. So that means Tank is going to be sitting there waiting for a fight. So I haven't heard any terms of him being able to fight if they have a rematch. But from the looks of it, it looks like after this fight with Rolly, Tank is going to just be sitting there waiting to fight the winner of Kambosos and Lomachenko, however it turns out. What y'all have to say about that?
Man, I didn't want to. I slick knew he was. I knew he was playing the waiting game. You know what I mean? I knew he was playing the waiting game, but I thought in the end, shit, he was gonna be forced to fight Devin because Lomachenko at fucking war, right? But they ain't let this nigga come back, from war, which I don't even think the nigga ever went to. You know what I'm saying? I think he just went over there to, like you said, D-Free, just to look pretty, to pose with the pistol and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so he coming back. Man, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. It's crazy. It's like for Devin Haney to be all this, for Devin Haney to be, pillow fisted and all that good shit. It's like people seem to avoid that man, and I don't understand why.
Yeah. So, but what? How do you feel about Tank having to wait to fight the winner of Lomachenko and Kambosos? And like I said, if it's a rematch, that means he's gonna have to wait for that rematch to be over. And like I said, if Kambosos happens to win that rematch, then it's going to be another rematch. So Tank Davis is going to be sitting there in limbo, waiting for these guys to finish slugging it out.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. Well, I know Tank. When I'm looking at it, you giving Kambosos a chance. I don't think he's standing a chance.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying it's a chance that he could. There's a chance that he could win against Lomachenko if he lose the first time. There's a chance that he could win the Lomachenko.
So with Lomachenko, if Lomo lose the first time, it won't be a rematch, right? Because he's the challenger.
Yeah, I don't think it. I mean, it will be up to Kambosos if he decide to put a rematch clause in there for Loma, because technically he don't have to put it in there. Loma
I
ain't
get what
losing
you're saying though, D-Free. Like that'll be then they'll have Tank playing the waiting game. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Tank is sitting there in limbo, just waiting for these guys, because he's been ordered to fight them after his fight. So it doesn't say if he can take another fight if they have to fight a rematch. It doesn't say that he could take another fight. It just say he's been ordered to fight them after his fight. So
yeah. So if he ordered to fight them after his fight, that would have to compensate Tank if they want out in rematches.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, they gotta put something in stipulation that if they got this rematch happening after that fight, you can't have this man sitting out a year, almost 2 years, because the first fight is going to be probably, and he's going to have the first fight whenever they decide to have that first fight. And then if they happen to have a rematch, that's probably going to be roughly about 6 months down the line that they're going to have the rematch. So Tank is about to have his fight in, I think, June. I think it's supposed to be either end of May or June. Tank's supposed to be having his fight. We don't know when the Lomachenko and Kambosos fight is going to be. We don't know when that fight is going to be.
Then I heard somebody they had like a week, and that was at the beginning of this week. They had like a week to do something with the stadium that Kambosos had in Australia or something like that. I think that's why Lomachenko was trying to put his shit in the plane this week or something like that.
I mean, it's possible, but like I said, I just don't. But see, the other thing that I had, well,
I don't know how true that shit is, but that's what I heard though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Crush, how you feel about it?
Oh man, it's the same old, man. It's the waiting game, sadly. So now it look like Tank would be joining Dev far as in the waiting game, and you know what I mean. But we know we need to see them do something. I think the whole thing with Loma was propaganda. It was propaganda. It was never a serious thing. There's no way you can be at war and get released like that. You know that, and I know that, and
Right.
everybody else know that. He didn't leave on an injury or anything like that, and he putting up old photos to make it seem like he's a hero. And the whole time they've been planning just to job around with. It's like a carousel, and it's a never ending one. So we know Kambosos is really. It's like he wants to lose, but he wants to get paid to lose. But it's like how people think about death. Most people are not afraid about dying. They're afraid about how they would die. And that's the thing with Kambosos. Like he don't really worry about losing because he's going to catch out the best way that he can. But how he wants to go out. You know what I mean? He don't want to take an ass whipping. And that's the thing with Kambosos. And we gonna keep it real. The Melanated brothers give out the best ass whippings in the sport of boxing, and he has to deal with two of the most talented and most dangerous young boxers in the sport right now in that weight class. So he's surrounded by fucking two anacondas. What he's gonna do? So that's why he's trying to take the sheep route, and not coming down on Loma, but he's taking the lighter route, and hoping to he'd rather lose to Lomachenko than lose to a nigga, as his wife would say, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it, man. But before let me end this real quick. But
go ahead.
if we can wind up and we will all love to see Dev and Tank, that would be cool, but still the waiting period because just like you guys just cooked on, it's the rematch, and then you gotta wait for that shit. So then it's gonna be okay. The both of you guys, y'all can make it happen as big and being the biggest draw at 135, meaning Tank and Dev. But after we finish fucking horsing around and masturbating with it, whatever we gonna do with it, then we allow y'all to do that so y'all niggas wait. That's how I feel about it, bro.
See, well, how you feel about it? See, what you there? I don't know.
Yo.
What's going on, man? How you feel about this situation?
Man, this is crazy. The first and foremost, good afternoon to you all. Glad to be on the panel with you. Finally glad to catch up with you, D Free, on your show. Well, this is basic boxing politics 101, 101, 101. A lot of gamesmanship, a lot of slick maneuvers, trying to get the biggest bag for the favorite fighter. If they think Tank
you cut out.
they stipulate that there's going to be some bucks for him, they definitely going to have to stipulate that he can take another fight because I just can't see him sitting around 6-8 months, and I'm being generous with 6 or 8 months. So I'm more than sure that Floyd's got a counter plan for whatever they're planning because he's not going to have his fighter just looming around and not making any money. That's the name of the game.
Right. Shout out to Case of Boy. He said, everyone just open your eyes because we can see that they want black fighters to fight black fighters and Mexican fighters and Mexican to fight only white fighters. I mean, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, Case of Boy, good point.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. But another thing that I also want to talk about is I don't think Tank Davis want those belts. I don't think Tank Davis want those belts. He already said it. He said he didn't want the belts. He'll fight Kambosos for nothing. He don't want those belts. He just want to whoop Kambosos' ass, but he don't want those belts because Tank Davis don't want to pay those sanction fees. So people got to remember, for every belt you got is a sanctioning fee. So if you got all 4 belts, you got to pay 4 sanctioning fees. So that's taking money out of Tank Davis's pocket. He has to pay the sanctioning bodies, plus he has to pay his promoters, and then he has to pay all his trainers and all that stuff. So that's taking money out of his pockets. So I don't think he wants those belts. So I don't know. I mean, Tank Davis might drop the belt.
Yeah,
now that's
Go ahead, bro. Y'all
Now
good.
that's not a far fetched idea because I think at this point, as long as Tank know that he had them belts and he can get them bags, yeah, he'll beat that ass for just without the belt.
Because you got to remember, Tank Davis is a star regardless. He don't need the belt to be a star.
Tank really on some shit like y'all could unify him first, and then I'm gonna come beat your ass at the end.
Right. So Tank Davis, he's a star already. He don't need the belts to be a star. I mean, for the most part, everybody is chasing. To be honest with you, everybody's chasing Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Devin Haney to get the biggest bag. Those are the stars, and they don't have all 3 belts. They don't have all 4 belts. But those are the stars of the division. Devin Haney is going to give you your biggest bag because he's his own promoter. And Tank Davis is going to give you your biggest bag because he's the only one that's fighting no pay-per-view. And he's a star of the division. So, I mean, Earl Spence at 147, but from 140 down, Tank Davis is the superstar. There's nobody bigger than Tank Davis 140 on down. So I don't know if Tank Davis is going to actually fight him. They say he can get stripped. So I think Tank Davis might, especially if he got to sit here and wait for them to fight a rematch clause and all that. Tank Davis going to be like, man, you know what? Y'all can have that WBA belt. I don't need that belt. I'm still going to be a star. Everybody's still going to pay to see Tank Davis, especially if he's fighting somebody. They're going to pay to see Tank Davis fight.
You know what, Dwayne? What we just been discussing, right? With all that I've been wanting to see with Undisputed and everything, fuck it. You know why? Because they taxing these brothers. I want to see it done just for the legacy. Let me make this clear. I want to see it happen for the legacy, but hey, as you get it, go ahead and drop it. Because don't have these motherfuckers taxing you any more than what they already are. You see what I'm saying? So before I used to be big on you defending it, but the times are a little different now than they were back then, and I understand that, and I'm not one of those who are stuck in time. When it comes to this boxing or anything else. But yeah, if they taxing them, I want them brothers to say, I want them to make money. You see what I'm saying? And they spent enough money getting to the point where they at so they can feed their families and set up their future and everything like that. So they got investments and things going on. So they don't really need that. I mean, to be honest with you, I ain't got to see no goddamn fight for no belts. Just get in the ring and rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still the best fighting the best, because at the end of the day, it's just the damn title and they got to pay to have the motherfucking trophy for it. So I'm not about where our people getting taxed. So I gotta look out for the fighters as a true fan of the sport, because we know that's what's going on. They being pimped. So yeah, I don't want them got to keep paying multiple goddamn fees. No, are we gonna pay that shit for them?
They get you know, the belts give you a bonus too though, but they chip away. They chip away though. You know what I mean? They chip away though.
Yeah, the belts. It's almost like you working a job and you doing overtime. You're gonna get more time and a half, but the tax is gonna be taken out. You're gonna have bigger taxes taken out, so it's eating up your time and a half. Pretty much the same way it works.
Yep. I agree all the way, man. But at the end of the day, man, we want to see the best fight the best, man. And we tired of these duckers just holding things up, and not with our best fighters fighting them, but to our fighters finally fighting each other, which I am a big supporter of. Get all these jokers out the way first, and then at the end of the day, we're standing and we making all the money, and they breaking bread with each other, and we putting on the best matches, because I think there's no better competition. There's no better goddamn ticket sale at the damn gate. There's no bigger pay-per-view when the melanated ones who are the best get in the ring and fight each other. You know what I mean? So I want them to be the only ones standing. Get all these jokers out the way, these bologna sandwiches and all these clowns. Get them out the way, because I don't want it to be vice versa. They wanted to batter each other up first. They want us to batter each other first so they can be the last ones at the other end of the pot getting all the gold. Who you think you fooling? We picked the game. We made the game. That's why those suckers is in the game. That's what I got to say about it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it makes sense when you think about it.
Right. Now, the other now I mean, being that said or whatever, we know what's in Tank's future for the most part. We don't know exactly what Tank is going to decide to do, but we know what they ordered, and we know pretty much what Kambosos is going to do. He's going to go after the Loma. What the hell is next for Devin?
That's you know what? You know what? Right now, you know me think. You know me. You know, because you asked the question, so shit, I'm gonna answer. I say right now he hopping there with anybody he can find right now. Fortuna, motherfucking. If JoJo want to run it back, like right now at this point, just anybody. Right now, you know what I mean. Anybody would be cool.
Because right now, I mean, I was thinking he should go ahead and fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz, but I forgot.
Something like that.
He got a fight coming up.
He do got a fight. He fight fucking Gamboa.
Yeah, he's fighting Gamboa on.
David Haney been for Gamboa.
He's fighting Gamboa April 16th, and then you got Frank Martin who's fighting April 16th. So that fight is off the table. So the only people that's left, I mean, unless he want to go fight Richard Comey or Nakatami, unless he want to fight one of those guys. I mean, there's Ryan Garcia got a fight coming up, so and we already know Ryan Garcia and David Hayden multiple times already. So I mean, unless he can get a fight with Tevin Farmer,
that's a good one. Now, but there's Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer fighting though.
Oh, they are fighting. That's why they are fighting.
They got a date. Maybe they got a date.
Yeah. They do have a date. I can't remember it offhand right now.
It's in May though. It's in May though.
Yeah. So I mean,
around the end of May, I think.
That's in May. I can't remember the date, but it's in May.
Quickly said, she said, I've been saying that for the longest time. I don't want us to fight each other, making it an easier route to belt for everybody except us. Fuck them. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you.
That's what I stand for, Quavy. Great minds think alike. Thank you.
What's going on, Bruce Gold?
I'm built on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want us to fight each other, and that's why I said everybody was talking about Devin Haney move up to 140 to fight Gary Russell. I don't want him to fight Gary Russell unless it's for a belt. I want Gary Antoine to get a belt. I want Devin Haney to get a belt. I want that to be a big fight for either for a title shot or for a unification. I don't want them just fighting just to knock each other off.
I like to face each other for undisputed.
I mean, it could be for that because we know that Josh Taylor's about to drop the belts. He said he can't make 140 no more, so he's going to drop the belts. So
he don't want no ass whipping. He don't want no. He don't want no.
He told the other guy to fight him. He told Catterall fight him at a catchweight.
Right. He told him to fight him at a catchweight. Because Catterall said he's not going up to 47. He's like, well, we could fight at a catchweight.
Right.
But
speaking of Catterall, real quick, Catterall and Regis might get at it, but I think Regis is supposed to be lined up to fight Jose Zepeda because to fight this weekend. So I gotta check up on it. But that's
Regis hit it.
Regis just called Catterall out.
Regis hit at both of them.
Yeah.
Regis ain't got no promoter. Well, I lie. He with Probellum now, but he
don't have no dates.
He the second biggest thing on Probellum though.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Actually, he's the biggest thing on Probellum.
But
he's the biggest.
But they prioritized somebody before him though. But yeah, you're right though, D-Free.
Hey, speaking of Probellum, real quick, how would y'all grade their card over the weekend? They gave us fights Fridays and Saturday. How would you grade Probellum's debut overall, real quick?
Say that again.
How would you grade Probellum's weekend? They gave us fights Friday and Saturday. How would you grade their overall fight cards for the weekend?
Their fight card for the weekend, I mean, it was pretty good. I give it probably like a B plus. It was pretty good. It wasn't no real bad fights on there. Actually, to be honest with you, none of the Pro Better fights was bad. None of them were bad.
Low key.
Yeah,
I give it a B plus.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. Also, what I respect about them, they was on fucking schedule. You know what I'm saying? The time they said it was airing, that's the time they came on. If whatever time the next fight was supposed to start, if it ended early, they was getting the next one on. So they was pretty good. So I'm going to be watching them, see what they do. They got Richard Schaefer over there. Look like he got his back to where he want to put in deep like he did before for Golden Boy when he helped Floyd Mayweather out after he left Oscar De La Hoya. So it looked like he like, yeah, I'm gonna put it all way in. So we gonna see, man. But yeah, I was impressed. A B plus for me, man. The only thing, it would have got an A, but they had Radio Raccoon.
Hey, what's going on, Ashley? Appreciate you coming through.
Right.
Ashley, what's up, Ash?
Yeah,
that was good. They gave us two good. They gave us two good cards, two good main events, co-main event on Sunday on Sunday Edwards joint. Shakur Foster looked good. He looked damn good.
Shakur Foster looked good. Yeah. That's why I didn't even talk about his fight early, because his fight, he looked good. Him and Regis look good.
Regis Progrey still got, man, he got like the most motherfucking street boxing style I ever seen in my life, but he's still knocking niggas' ass out. Really, Regis Progrey got to get more respect, bro, because his only loss is probably a win, and we just saw them give Josh Taylor another win. So Regis Progrey might be the real undisputed champion at 140.
I just said that earlier. I said Regis Progrey, the last time I saw him fight, I mean, I know he fought since then, but the last time I saw him fight was a loss to Josh Taylor, which I believe he won that fight. But because Josh Taylor was the champion, they gave Josh Taylor the benefit of the doubt. But me looking at that fight, Josh Taylor lost that fight.
No doubt. He definitely took the L.
We see the same thing happen. Yes, we all agree up here. And I would see this, like I said, every time. I don't give a damn what they say. We know this shit better than they do. They just in a position to control it and get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I say it all the time.
Until they prove otherwise, I know they're getting paid under the table. That's why the fights go the way they go. Especially those fights that we see, it's not even a question of who won the fight, and then we see it go the other direction. Everybody sitting there like, what the fuck? The Josh Taylor fight.
Right, facts.
Clearly that Josh Taylor lost that fight.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is. But Shakur Foster looked real good, Ash. It don't look like he lost anything, even though niggas haven't fought him in years now. It's been like 2 years since he's been in the ring.
Probellum don't even show in America just yet.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years since Shakur Foster fought, and don't look like he lost anything.
2020.
And he signed with Probellum. He signed with Probellum sometime either late last or the beginning of this year, and they already got him a fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't look like he lost anything. That man looked good. Like this past what was that, Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah. He looked good. He looked good. I reached out to him, congratulated him. Because we busted up before on somebody else's live some months back. But shout out to him, man. So hey man, that weight class it's a lot right there at that weight class. Shit, matter of fact. We was just saying somebody Dev can fight. Shit, we can see a Dev and Shakur Foster just for him to stay busy.
What weight class does Shakur Foster fight at? 130, right?
130.
No, I thought he moved up to 35. He still at 30?
He at 30.
Yeah, 130.
Unless his last fight was at 30. Unless his last fight was at 35. I think he was at he been at 30 most of his career.
Yeah. Because where Kobe fight at?
30.
30, yeah, he's still at 30.
He's
still at 30. He didn't move up yet.
Him and Shakur Stevenson all fight at 30.
Yeah.
That's the matchup. Hey, that's the matchup. Y'all see. That's the one that's lining up. Y'all see. Valdez got the WBC Shakur Foster #1 in the WBC. Shakur
Mhm.
finna beat up Valdez.
That's gonna be an
WBC.
that's gonna be an interesting fight.
Mandatory.
That's gonna be an interesting fight. I would love to see that. And I mean, I would love to see Shakur Foster versus Shakur Stevenson. I would love to see that.
Man. It would be a chess match.
It's gonna be a chess match. I would edge towards Shakur Stevenson
because of the size.
Yeah, because of the size. And
it's
it's the size, and Shakur defense is just ridiculous. His defense,
his defense is better, but it's definitely an exciting fight.
Shakur Foster is going to give him all he can handle. Trust and believe that.
Yeah,
and he got power. And he got power too.
Power. Yeah. And he got some good punch placement too. Shakur Foster. You know what I mean? So
that will be another big test for Shakur Foster and Shakur Stevenson. It will be a big test for both of them.
Shakur then knocked out his last two opponents.
Yeah.
Like knocked him out though.
And it's like
it wasn't no stoppage, it was a knockout.
Yeah, like knocked him out though.
He's like he goes up as the rounds goes. You know what I'm saying? As the rounds go, he warm up more. You know what I mean? So it's like he still once his rhythm clicking, man, he in the flow with shit. And I noticed that about him too. I mean, it seems like as the fight go on, his punch placement gets higher and higher because he be on point.
Ashley said she made a video 2 years ago about Shakur Stevenson or Shakur Foster.
And that shit finna happen. It's finna happen.
I seen that video that she made. Y'all need to go back and look at that. I seen that video that she made. If she still got it up, go back and look at it. I saw that video.
It's on the way. It's on the way, man.
Everything we touched on, she went into details.
Certain just when it's you just can't say nothing about because it's just bad design. Like
it's a fantasy fight. We want to see it, but we don't. But now it's about to line up.
Yeah, kind of like boosting Earl a little bit. If Earl decide to stay, you know what I mean. If he decide to stay, but I'm like, oh shit. I've been talking this shit like, hey, he ain't even in position yet. And then I said this shit about a week later. They was like,
Ashley said it's still up. So y'all, if y'all haven't seen that video, go to Ashley page and look at that video.
Shout out to Ashley. Real quick, shout out to Ashley because a lot of things that's being talked about now. She said this shit a while back, and I can contest to it because I've been there. Like she's been like on the top of some information before was information. Shout out to Ashley for that. All right, and keep that shit going. She be on point with it. So y'all haven't seen that video, like Dwayne said, and Ash said, go check it out. Go check it out. So good shit. It might happen, yo.
So this would be a safe time for Ashley to drop that link.
He said,
Ashley can drop the link. She already know.
Drop the link, Ash.
My folks already know they can drop the link. I mean, if she don't drop the link, all you gotta do is click on her name and it'll take you right to her channel.
Click
on her name, it'll say go to the channel, and you go to her channel, subscribe to it if you're not subscribed, or go watch the video or whatever. But like I said, that goes
hit that like button.
Make sure anytime y'all go to my folks' channel, hit the like button. I don't care if you're stopping in there just to see what content they got. Click on their video, hit the like button, and you go right back off. It don't matter. Just hit the like button. But my folks, they already know they ain't gotta ask no question to put up their link. All these people that's in my chat are all family. They ain't gotta ask no questions. But they got her link right there. So if y'all don't have it, subscribe to her. Go check out the video. Like I said, we touched on bits and pieces about Shakur and Shakur Foster. She went into detail, and a lot of the stuff that we talked about
2 years ago.
Now, yeah, she put it up 2 years ago. A lot of the stuff that we just said about, she already talked about it, and she mentioned all that in the video. Just gotta go and check it out. Like I told y'all, Ashley was the first person I ever saw on his YouTube boxing channels. That was the first person I ever subscribed to. But
it's like that. Shout out some boxing information, goddamn. Shout out Ash.
Shout out to Ash. I mean, it was a lot of good fights. Like I said earlier, I know that's Conor Loco's man, Belinga, but he looks basic to me. The man looks basic. He's basic. His IQ is garbage. His IQ is garbage. And the man don't know how to cut off the ring. And like I said, he throws one, maybe two punches at a time. And in that fight, what I saw a person that was scared, but was landing way more punches because he was scared. Every time Belinga had Rose in the corner, trapped in the corner, Rose was throwing punches because he was scared. He was trying to keep Belinga off of him, and then he would start running. And Belinga wouldn't throw no punches when Rose was throwing punches. He would just cover up and he'd wait for Rose to finish throwing punches. Then he would throw a punch. But by then, Rose was already on the bike, taking off around the other side of the ring, and their footwork was horrible. Neither one of them had good footwork. They would both look like they about to clip over each other. And I was like, this man is basic. I'm like, I don't even understand. And like I said, he might do have boxing ability, but he don't put it together in the ring. It doesn't show in the ring at all. The man is basic. And like I said, his last fight where he got dropped, it showed that man's been scared to actually engage with anybody since then. Because before that fight, he was engaging when people was throwing punches. Go ahead.
I was just finna say, Ashley said she said Berlinga accuracy is trash. I was just finna say he like David Benavidez without the hand speed and punch placement. He just walked straight to you, swinging at you, and he don't even throw volume punches. He's like he David Benavidez in from the feet, but not with the hands. You know what I mean? He just walked to you, but he not even throwing the volume. He don't got good accuracy. Like he
and for everybody reference, Ashley did put a video up about Belinga as well today. So make sure y'all go check that out too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the man, and just like Ashley said in her video, the man, when she showed that picture with Belinga throwing, it looked like Belinga was throwing a jab. And everybody from looking in the crowd, looking at the fight or looking at real time without it being paused to slow down, it looked like Belinga connected on that punch. But really, Belinga was aiming for his forehead. He wasn't aiming for the chin or nothing. He was aiming for the man's forehead. So that means that punch went over Rose's head. So I'm like, where's the IQ and where's the boxing ability go? And like Ashley said, he was looking frustrated at the end of the fight is because the man supposed to look frustrated. He couldn't do nothing.
He can't hit a moving target.
Not at all.
He can't. The nigga, he don't get hit the heavy bag.
And that's what I said earlier when I first came onto this live. I said too many people was giving him hyping him up before he did anything. He's never done anything yet. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't beat no top fighters at 168. Everybody he fought at 168 was a D-level fighter, not even a C-level. They was D-level fighters. And everybody's giving him props because he's knocking them out. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a fighter with power. He's supposed to knock out D-level fighters. That's what you're supposed to do.
He ain't really been knocking them out lately.
Yeah, he realizes that he's really not that good. I seen the look on his face, his body language after the fight, and even in the fight, the frustration. And a lot of people, we all would agree that, no disrespect to Rose, but he was supposed to stop this guy. Rose had any bit of punching power, he would have stopped Belinga. And I don't know what this guy needs to do. He might need to start from scratch with a better trainer, because it seemed like this guy just been rushed along. It's like someone you went to school with and they wasn't supposed to get promoted to the next grade, but because they so much of a fucking nuisance, they just keep pushing them up, knowing they didn't do what they needed to get promoted to the next level. And that's what it is with him. They've been rushing this guy along, and now they really don't want to deal with him. Ashley said it. His accuracy is trash, and one thing in boxing, you have to have some damn accuracy. He looked like he was throwing punches blindfolded with the lights out, okay? And Yeah, so he needs to do something. Need to take his time. Look like he having some self-esteem issues. With what's going on with himself, what he wants to do. He may feel as though he need a new camp and trying to figure out a way to detach himself from the camp that he has. If he wants to get better, I think he knows he needs to get more serious in the ring, and he definitely needs a better camp of knowledge in his corner to help this guy get better. Cause right now we ain't sold on him. So like you said, he has been looking kind of bad against very low class fighters. No disrespect to those guys, but they give him easy food to eat, and he can't even eat the damn chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The chicken ain't even fighting back, and he can't even get the head off the motherfucker. What's wrong with him?
Right.
And yeah, that's what I gotta say, man. Y'all going to
It's like he can't walk. It's like he can't move and punch. It's like he can't move and punch at the same time.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
Ghost. They're not gonna put him in there with they're not gonna put him in there with Morrell. Morrell body that man. Morrell will body that man.
If he was Showtime, he'll be food for Maria.
Morrell would go to jail for beating that man up inside the ring. It'd be like
they would
coming
not
to
put him in
America.
there with Morrell.
It'd be like coming to America. Damn shame what they did to that dog. That's what happened. That's what happened to that man. If he get in the ring with Morrell, yeah. He definitely needs to do something though, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, I mean, it was a nice weekend of boxing. Nice weekend of boxing.
Entertaining too.
Yeah, your boy got shut up. One, your boy got shut up out there talking all that trash, and then got. I mean, that's what's this? 2 weeks in a row, somebody came out here talking trash and then get embarrassed. One person got stopped, the other person just got shut out. Chris Colbert, he got shut out.
Chris Colbert got stopped too. His pride got stopped.
Chris Colbert got shut out, and then you got Bryce T out this joint running his mouth.
Got knocked the fuck out.
He got stopped.
Y'all seen Chris Colbert say something since the fight?
He better not say nothing. He better not say nothing since the fight.
I don't even think he's been opening his chicken franchise.
But hold on. I went back and looked at that interview that Bryce T did after the fight, and he did say Flair is back. I truly believe that this man got hit so hard that he thought the fight was starting, and they was in a press conference before the fight. That's what I believe. I believe, man, because how you gonna say Flair is back, nigga? You just got stopped. How you gonna say you back?
He thought he won.
That man thought he was in a press conference before the fight. He thought it was the weigh-in press conference. That man
nigga thought he won the fight.
Oh man,
and nigga got hit so hard he thought he won.
He's too busy trying to be an entertainer than be a boxer. Because truth be told, I'll be 100% honest with that. Taking all my jokes away, the man has some skills. He has some skills, and he got a little bit of power. He just don't know how to put it together.
He's super athletic. Yep.
Yeah, he has some skills, and he has some.
He hit hard. Rocha eye was closed, bro.
Yeah. He was catching Rosa. He was catching Rosa, but he was too busy. He was too when Rosa touched his body.
He was too busy running.
He was too busy running. Because this man was running, and Rosa wasn't even throwing punches, and this man was running. That man was scared, and so
if he could have found a medium between, his fucking footwork and his fucking power, if he could have found a medium between it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he would have been able to do something.
But like I told
that
Trap,
boy, he was a super athlete though. I can tell you, just looking at, he was a super athlete.
Like
he probably could play whatever sport he wanted to.
Right, like I told Trap on your channel, that man is Ryan Garcia with more movement. That's what he is. He's Ryan Garcia with more movement. The man fight with his head straight up in the air. They both got power. They got about the same amount of knockouts. They got about the same amount of fights and the same amount of knockouts.
Mhm.
They both got power, but Ryan Garcia don't move. Ryan Garcia walks straight forward, and his head be straight up in the air, and that's how he got dropped against Luke Campbell.
Luke.
He got dropped by Luke Campbell. Come on,
I
man.
got dropped by Luke Campbell.
And then Luke Campbell got stopped, and Luke Campbell retired after that fight. So that tells you who you got dropped by. You got dropped by somebody that retired after your fight. This man was supposed to be. He was a prospect of being the goods. He was an Olympian, but he ain't did shit since he got in boxing.
Never been a champion.
No, he's been a mandatory, but he ain't never make it.
He been a regular champion, I think, but not a real champion.
Yeah. Just do say so. We not going to talk about the 3-piece body shot he get. Red flag gave to the body. The ref, yes, he did. Yes, that was the best combination of the whole fight.
Yeah, your man. Yeah, how your man gonna shoe shine the ref? I mean, explain that to me.
That nigga said.
That man.
Bro, the funny part is though, if that was roasted, he would have still been getting his ass whooped because them punches was soft as hell.
Right. The ref looked at him like, the fight's over, man. Come on.
He literally, ref was like, chill. Like, calm down.
Like, yeah. Calm down, little buddy. Calm down, little buddy. That shit.
Calm down, little buddy. Yeah. Right.
Calm down, little buddy. The flare.
Oh my God.
Okay, bro.
Oh my God. This nigga, oh, that shit is too funny.
Hey, look, man. Y'all know what other knockout was impressive that people slept on?
Which one was that?
Ortiz, Charles Martin.
Oh, he made that.
It wasn't a knockout. I think he knocked him down.
Yeah.
No, when Ortiz hit that man looked at him.
That nigga said.
That motherfucker thought he was in the audience having a conversation with somebody.
That man looked over there like, did you call me? And they were like, Martin. Huh?
That's what it looked like. Somebody said, Charles.
Nah, he looked like somebody was asking, did they ask for fries? You want fries with your order? What you say you want on your fries? You heard what he said when he went on his fries?
That nigga said, damn, I left the stove on. In the middle of the fight.
I've never seen nobody get hit that hard that he hears somebody in the audience call his name.
That nigga left the stove on. He actually left the stove on in the middle of the fight.
Oh,
damn.
Out of everybody in the daggone arena, he heard somebody in the daggone 400 section call his name. And I said, huh?
That nigga heard his mama call him.
Charles, huh? I'm gonna do the dishes, mama. Damn,
Charles.
What did you say, Travis Day tonight?
That was something terrible. Yeah,
Them the two best knockouts. Y'all don't care what y'all saying. Them the two best knockouts so far.
And the one when the girl made that girl froze.
Ooh,
she went on
pause.
Oh yeah, wow.
That was last year.
Yeah, she made that girl go on pause. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that was last year.
Like somebody pressed the remote on that motherfucker, like still shot.
those are most stunning. Man, did you see the video? Did you see the video I sent to you that somebody posted on Instagram where when your boy Jake Paul knocked out what's your face? What's his name?
Willie.
Yeah, Willie. Somebody did a video and knocked this man. The nigga Jake Paul hit Willie. This nigga just started flying across the world. He went up to the moon and everything.
Yeah, I saw this.
Luke Campbell through that fight. I don't give a fuck what you said.
But after
he dropped Ryan, he literally looked.
Yeah, Carrington knocked him out. Yeah, but that like dude went to sleep, but that jump was top. Those was a top knockout, but them other two jumps was funny as fuck. Like that's why
What's
like
going on, PDH?
that was like
Big dog?
unusual. That was unusual. Now we see scrubs get knocked out like Kurt knocking it. You know, that dude necessarily won the scrub. He got 5 losses and 5 wins. That's crazy, but he not necessarily a scrub. Maybe he just been matched up with too many Bruce Carringtons. So he got bad management or some shit like that. But,
yeah. Shoo, man. He going, man.
That dude was in that fight to win that motherfucker. He won. He ain't come to what they say, he ain't come to play.
What was the fight that we saw? I think it was last week. That we saw last week. That was oil. That we saw last week. That's that we said was the knockout of the year.
Oh, and what's name got knocked out? Cohen got knocked out the ring.
Yeah, out the ring when he hit it, when he bust. Yeah.
When Wood knocked Colin out the ring. Yeah.
So we got Ortiz. We got Ortiz. We got Blur Cobb. And we got Colin right now.
Right.
Colin got it. Wood got the knockout of the year.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
Juice Jones crazy too, man.
He knocked that man into the next day. Because when he hit that man went out the ring. You didn't see him till the next day. He knocked that nigga to a whole nother day.
Yeah, he floored that.
They didn't show him no more. Most of the time they would show the audience where he fell at to see how he's doing. They didn't show nothing. That man hit straight concrete. Nobody tried to catch him.
That's literally what you call getting floored.
Yeah, that's getting floored, yo.
Yeah. He knocked that man into another day. You ain't see that nigga till the next day.
That motherfucker gave him a free elevator flight to the lower level. Goddamn shit.
Man. Them some crazy ass knockouts. Charles Martin, Blur Cobb, the ropes joint. Them odd ass, like that's like some shit that you really don't.
We about to see another vicious knockout with the Amanda Serrano fight. That's gonna be a vicious knockout.
Oh, she gonna stress this shit out of you.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be a vicious knockout. Watch what I tell you. And I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be a body shot. It's not even gonna be on the chin. It's gonna be a body shot. Who was that was saw in the first fight? It was early in the fight card. Dude got hit to the body, and that nigga went down. He was holding the side like he peed on himself.
What was some guy's name, man? That shit looked like it hurt real bad. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy going to the body.
Xander hit the nigga, stopped the dude. Was it Xander? I think it was Xander. I think it was Xander.
Kevin Davis.
That's who it was. Davis hit that boy with a body shot.
Ashley said that.
Yeah, Keyshawn probably hit that motherfucker with that body shot. Goddamn.
That man.
Like Bully, the nigga Rosado knocked out, ain't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Bully be knocking niggas' ass out too, but that's the nigga Rosado caught in it.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he was beating Rosado ass.
Hmm. Yeah, he was having his way.
Yeah.
He was having his way.
Weaved on his ass. I'm gonna have to run to the store crush. Rosado just weaved on his ass a few times, and he caught his ass.
But yeah, so I'm about to wrap this joint up. But yeah, I'm gonna keep track of all the knockouts because we're gonna rank the knockouts at the end of the year because it's been some
cool.
There's been some funny knockouts.
I feel you on shoot crush, but it's like when you make nigga do some other shit, they got it like
shoot put that motherfucker to sleep, but everybody else they got took it somewhere else. Goddamn, my man went around the fucking globe and shit. Nigga head was spinning around the rings and said it was Shoo put that motherfucker.
Shoo made a nigga that wasn't ready to take a nap.
Yeah. that
he made a grown man take a nap though, like for real though.
Yeah, he made that man go to sleep, and that man was not tired.
That man I just woke up, dog. Dude was fighting hard, bro. I need to find out dude's name, bro. But that nigga was fighting
He
hard,
wasn't
bro.
bad either, yo. He wasn't bad.
Exactly. And Shushu said, nah.
He made that man go to sleep. That man said, man, I just woke up. You about to make me go to sleep already? I just woke up for this fight.
Shushu had this much room. He was in the corner. He was weaving. He was in the and he caught it. Boom, boom.
Caught him with that short shit, man. That short shit.
Oh my.
Not all that wide shit from the power of Grayskull. That shit,
it's because you got all that power built up right there. It was over.
3 inches on that motherfucker.
Right. I said,
He came right over top.
Over top and went up for that.
And he was still weaving. You saw after he knocked him out, he threw 2. He was still weaving. He didn't know he was knocked out. He said, He started weaving. He said, oh. That nigga ran to the corner. He didn't know he was asleep. He was still fighting because he was in a real fight though. That was good. That was good. Okay, Chris, you right, Chris. That jump belongs to me. You right.
Yeah, because he put that nigga to sleep, man. Yeah, they took that fight to take my man out on the stretcher. When he woke up, look, you see when he got up, he was smiling and shit. That motherfucker was like, hey, what the fuck wrong with you, nigga?
He thought he was in heaven. He saw all those white shirts and lights. He thought he was in heaven.
He was happy. It changed his life. He was like, bro, I'm just happy to be alive right
he
now.
woke up. Hey, guys.
He said, damn, I was asleep. He said, damn, I was asleep.
That nigga woke up was like, I made it. All the good in my life, I finally made it.
He was like, there is a God. And I saw his ass.
I'm alive. I can't believe I'm alive.
That nigga said I was dreaming.
Hello, Crush, how he was smiling again?
He was like,
that nigga said I was dreaming.
Shit. All right, I'm about to go ahead and shut this joint down, man.
Out of here, yo.
Appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to my man Crush, my man T. Hey, everybody go over to the T channel. He live right now. He jumped off his live to come show his boys some support. So everybody make sure y'all go show my man some support, whatever. And
catch us at the T house, baby.
Yeah, I will be back over this joint tomorrow at 2:30. My grandkids up here running around like crazy. But I will be back
tomorrow. Fighting 2 weeks.
Erickson Lubin fighting 2 weeks. You already know we're gonna call it. We're gonna talk about it to make sure Erickson Lubin got his chin straight because that joint be wobbling. But I appreciate everybody coming through. It's your boy, Boxing Matchup.
Oh, yeah.